who have no way to support themselves and are forced to leave their parents' homes just because of their identity. And I thought that was an important part to put in there so that people could understand like the dilemma that that creates in a person that has to go out and literally be on the streets,
Yes,
you
yes,
know.
because that was a part of one of my story as well. Okay, before, for those of you people who are popping in and popping out, we're talking about a movie. It's called Secret Society. Miasha has written this book that has come to a life, a movie that is airing tomorrow, April 2nd, on Amazon Prime. She created the book. The book has been manifested into a movie. She's produced it. She casted it. It's just she just used all of her black girl magic on it to make it happen. Can you tell us the process of how that was for you, bringing this stuff to life and being a black woman, an entrepreneur, and girl, being a black woman trying to tell a trans story
Mhm.
to the masses? Did you receive a lot of pushback from that?
I haven't, but I did, like you said earlier, I did reach out to Amaya Scott, to have her read the script and give me her feedback. Because for one, I wanted to make sure that not just the story itself was authentic, but even just down to the terminology. You know what I mean? And I knew that that was going to make a difference, because if I'm telling a story that doesn't belong to me personally, then I got to at least tell the story right. You know what I mean? I got to at least do justice to the story. So having Amaya read the script and let me know, like, if I'm using the correct terminology, if I'm making sure that nothing is offensive, that everything is true to that lifestyle and that story. That was definitely a huge thing to have on board. So for Amaya to give me that feedback, that was huge for me. And then, of course, people like you who've watched the movie, other trans women who have watched the movie and given me their feedback. There, that's definitely the question of, casting trans women. But their thing was, at least the two girls you did cast, they did that.
Yeah, they
They
did.
really expressed that
Yes.
emotion and got that across to make people really get it and understand. So I think that's going to be the ultimate thing, is that people are going to want to make sure that it was told correctly, that trans people were put in a good light, that it wasn't anything malicious or mockery or anything like that. And I think once they see that, then they'll understand, okay, she meant well when she did this movie.
So let me ask you. You came to me because I'm a girl of questions.
As,
So let me ask you the question about the men that were
hmm
casted in the movie. We have Jeremy Meeks.
hmm
We have lots of very handsome, very masculine, very butch men
Yeah,
in the movie.
yeah.
Now, was it very hard for you to cast these men with them knowing the story, or like did you receive any pushback from the men, knowing the story, knowing the role that they were playing? What were there any obstacles in that, or were all the men on board? Because we're living in a society now where men, um they're plagued with toxic masculinity,
Yeah,
fragile masculinity, and there are some people that won't even walk in a role or deal in a role, even though that the women that played the trans roles are cis.
hmm
They still wouldn't walk in a role of telling a trans story.
right.
So I'd like to know, how did that process work for you? And kudos to the men that did
It,
it. Even though I'm being a little, inquisitive about it, but kudos to the men that actually stepped up and they
yeah,
played those characters in that in the movie.
right. that speaks to my theory that when people see this movie, straight men, street men, people who would normally not, associate with a film like this,
Mm-hmm.
they see it, it's going to change their minds. And that is exactly the type of feedback that I got when I sent that script out to the different men to play this role. They didn't know. I just had them read the script. I said, instead of just sides, because usually when you cast for a movie, you send the characters just a few lines that you want them to say just to see if they can act and if they can pull it off, right? But in this case, I didn't do that. I sent everybody the full script because I wanted them to know exactly what this was about, so there would be no surprises, and see what their reaction would be. And everybody, when they realized what the secret was, because it's not right up front, they're reading thinking that these are cis women, just doing the thing, going, get it, girls. But then when they get to that secret and they realize what happened, they're so blown away, and they need to know what happens next. And then by the end, they have a whole different mindset towards trans women. They feel sorry for trans women, and that empathy is what we need to awaken in these type of men who would never touch it. So for them to come after they read the script and say, yes, I want to be a part of this, I got to be a part of this, that is what made the big difference for me. And that's what made me feel like, okay, yes, this is the right thing to do.
Yeah, because watching that, like these were lots of the questions. You know, you have a great story, and you want to cast it, and you want to make it, any movie version of anything, you want to make it look real. You want it to resonate with the viewer, and
Mm-hmm.
resonate with the actors. And so you put this film out and you're watching it, and I'm looking at it, and each time that I see a man there, I'm like, yeah, this is girl, and I'm going to be very candid, because you can be as candid as you want to be here. Girl,
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, girl, I don't fuck the baller like that,
That's good.
a lot of this stuff is a part of my story too. um there are many different layers to trans women. Like, all of us are not the same.
Right.
And uh this story, speaks to just the general,
Exactly.
a general audience of this can happen. We A large percentage of us have indulged in sex work,
Mm-hmm.
and a large percentage of us still operate in sex work. A whole bunch of us are get it girls, we gonna get it. But there are people who only hear this, and they never get the opportunity, to see this like manifest, like see this stuff going on. You only hear about it because it is like a secret society of things that go on. And so I would really like to applaud you for telling this story, and not telling it in a way where there's exposing, like you're exposing men, or it's telling it from a way of, this really
Right.
happens, this really goes on. And I really applaud you for doing the research,
Mm-hmm.
and dealing with actual trans people to get the feedback on how this happens and what goes on. Now, there are a couple of things in the movie that you might get a little fuss back with people, because somebody might say, um especially now, but see, people have to realize the context of the way this was created. This was created 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just manifested now into the space, because now we have lots of trans women like myself who advocate for trans women to be upfront, you know, open, loud and in color about who and
Right.
what they are and what they do. And we also, you know, I would love for you to do a follow-up story, a follow-up movie, a follow-up book, a follow-up something, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and highlight, lots of trans women who live in the
Exactly.
space of, I'm trans, and
Yeah.
this is what they desire. Because see, in this movie, it was, I'm scared to tell I'm trans. And 15 years ago,
Right.
15, 20 years ago, that was definitely true
Mm-hmm.
to, what how it worked. Like, nigga, you better not have no dick. You better have a pussy. If you got
Right.
a dick, I'm killing your ass. You
Exactly.
know,
Hmm.
now in 2021, it's like, nigga, if you don't got a dick, I'm strangling your ass to death.
Right.
Bitch, if you don't have a dick, I'm strangling you to death. So,
Yeah.
it gets into, so it just really speaks to the way that, that times have
Right.
evolved. And
Definitely.
you did a really good job on the movie.
Thank you.
I would like to get a copy of the book,
Absolutely.
so that I can read the book.
Mhm.
She is the producer. She is the writer. She is the creator. Honey, she is the alpha and the omega of the Secret Society, honey. And the Secret Society movie will be on Amazon April the 2nd
Yes.
for everybody to see.
Hmm.
It's a really good watch. I adore the fact that you cast these two beautiful women. You know, they played trans women, but they were beautiful because I like, God, I got to be candid with you. I
Hmm.
have to.
I appreciate that because that's how I am.
I like the fact that these girls were beautiful because, and you're a cis woman who's telling the story, because we could have got a story from somebody and that could have cast it unattractive. Girl, we get drugged through the dirt on like us
Yeah.
looking like men, and
Yeah.
mannerism of men, and all the stuff of men. Like I love the fact, even though you didn't give us the trans women to act the part, you gave us beautiful women who were playing trans women, and I love the fact that you gave us beauty,
Yeah.
body,
I was
got it.
yeah, exactly. The fashion, you know what I'm saying? Like I was adamant about them being 100% bad bitches. Like
Yeah.
you said, we could.
Yes.
I wanted them to be
Yes.
bad bitches.
Yes, because I have seen in movies where they, and this don't be no shade to nobody that they cast, but they cast, or they cast a woman in a trans role and they make her look beat up.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
I'm like, bitch, I'm tired
Right.
of seeing stuff like that. Like, girl, we not beat up. Like, we
Right.
not beat up.
Not at
We look good.
yeah.
It's beat up bitches and it's beat up trans bitches.
Exactly.
But shit, we ain't all beat up bitches.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I want to thank you for doing that. The actresses were very beautiful women.
Absolutely.
Vivica made me mad with her ass, but she displayed, what
The
people
reality.
go through. She did,
Hmm.
because I'm going through this stuff right now with my own dad. I don't know if you've seen the thing I just posted on my wall today, from a little piece from my show that's coming on tonight. It's like,
Yeah.
so you told a story. I applaud you for doing that. um what more you want to share with us, girl? Give us the tea.
Well, I just want to thank you first of all for even sharing this platform with me and allowing me to, tell everybody about Secret Society because it is an important story, and I can't wait for everybody to see it and know what we're talking about for real, and understand the whole aesthetics and everything like that. And ultimately, I just want everybody to know, like you said, this was something that I done with no ill intentions at all, and I'm sure that people will be proud when they see this movie. I feel like they're going to be proud, and we're going to change a lot of minds and hearts, and we can continue these discussions after people watch the movie. Let's continue these discussions. Let's keep this dialogue going. Let's make it more accepting in this society and just change and keep evolving. That's my goal.
The Secret Society movie just asked me what is my review. I love the movie. I love the movie because of the way that you will reach, because I'm a get it girl. Okay. And even though some parts of it ain't all the way me, but
Hmm.
all of it is me, because I'm a trans girl, and I need, whether it's a fragment of me, whether it's a large part of me,
Right.
it's me being represented, and we need to tell these stories. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I think the people are going to enjoy the movie. uh Aesthetically, it looks really good. Child, the girls went out there and got them some badass damn, some badass real niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we deserve to be happy. I did love the way that you pushed for us having the desert. We deserve to be
Yeah.
happy. We deserve to be with somebody,
Mhm.
that we love. And also, it just, for me, I'll say this. For me, it's refreshing to know that the allyship between cis women and trans women is still solid,
And-
because a lot of times there is
Yeah.
a big divide between,
Yeah.
black trans women and black cis women because of things like this. And it boils down to men.
Right.
Just
Right.
keeping it 100,
Right.
it boils down to niggas. It
Mm-hmm.
does. And no matter how either side wants to admit that, when
Mm-hmm.
you really take the pins out of the fucking cushion and look at the cushion, it's about the men. And
Yeah.
so telling these stories about trans women from a cis woman's perspective and a cis woman respecting it, and we both respecting each other, it's a really good movie. I
Exactly.
want you guys to make sure that you are jumping on Amazon Prime. The Secret Society movie will be dropping tomorrow, April the 2nd. What time? Is this going to be
Available all day, but we're going to be watching it 8 p.m. Eastern time and doing a virtual watch party. So make sure y'all hashtag Secret Society movie and let's talk about the movie as we're watching it.
get it trended? Right, right. All right. And so tell them where they can follow you and all the things. Let the folks know, because I'm going to be putting this on YouTube, and have your people send me all the links, all the stuff. Like, have them send me this out so I can line this up on my YouTube channel so they'll be able to watch it and things like that. They'll be able to watch this interview and then be able to click to go to find it. Marisol,
Well,
you say you're currently watching it on
yeah, I was
Amazon.
going
All
to say, I
right.
got word from my team that because we're doing this, they allowed it to be live. So everybody that's watching now, y'all can actually get early access to it now. Y'all can watch it on Amazon now.
All right, all
Yeah.
right. Well, listen, it's ready to go, honey. Shit, it's ready to go. It is currently right now, loud, live, and in color on Amazon Prime. So make sure y'all get on Amazon right now and watch the movie. Early access, baby. That's right, honey. Secret Society movie is rolling right now. And run your ass down there to the Twitters and hashtag Secret Society movie and talk about the parts you like, talk about the parts you didn't like. Tell Miasha what you like, what you didn't. Let her know. Hashtag and talk about it. You get what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get this thing going. She is a black woman. We black women. This is the time for black people to be
To come
putting black projects out and
back,
changing the world and making it better for black people.
period.
Cis, trans, and everything in between. God damn it. They said, Maddie, are you in the movie? Not this one, but I know she got something for me the next
Two
go round.
parts.
Sister,
Thank you.
thank you so much. This was really good. I really enjoyed this. I'm about to save this now on my wall. I'm
Mhm.
also going to load this on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to play it